Welcome to the Sacred Emergence Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Wong, and I'm so thrilled that you're here. This is a place where you'll be guided to living your most aligned life so that your truest, most radiant self can emerge. We'll be jamming on topics ranging from spirituality, entrepreneurship, to wellness and lifestyle design, and everything in between that can support you to grow, evolve, and shine, all the while not taking ourselves too seriously. So if you're ready to step into your leadership, break through limiting beliefs, own all of who you are, and expand in abundance, grab yourself your faith cup of tea and let's dive in. Hello. Welcome to the men's series. This has been something that has been in the works since earlier this year. So for the past 6 months, I've been interviewing different men. And the whole premise is really to have conversations with men around masculinity and also what is it like to be a man in this day and age, right? And I purposely sought out white, cisgendered, straight men because at this moment in time in our history, they hold a lot of the privilege and the power. You know, if you look at, within the US and Canada, I mean, if you look at the government, right, like they're mostly white men. And I also believe that for women to advance, right, we can't do it alone. And we need to have more allies. And if we can have white cisgendered men have our backs, we can move mountains. And so I was very selective in the people that I invited to be in the men's series. And it wasn't, to exclude. It was for the purpose of, I want to talk to the ones who are quote unquote statistically have the most influence. And also everybody has wounding and trauma, like we all do. And so I was curious, just to hear stories of men, and not to say, as a woman that I need to what's that word? Surrender to a man and how can I help you more? But it's understanding where men are coming from. With a layer of curiosity, kindness, and compassion, I think is incredibly important. And also giving space for men's voices, because the thing I don't want to see is a flip where women become so in power that it's like a complete flip where it's now men are at a complete disadvantage, and that is not good nor healthy either. And a part of me feels like there is fear, if this is just my own feeling vibes, that maybe there's fear of if women were to rise and quote unquote take over, that men are going to be kind of treated like how women have been treated. And so there's resistance to that, right? And this is just kind of a more shadowy way of thinking. And also, I really feel like if we invite men to be part of this conversation, then there's going to be a way how can we move forward together, right? And this is I am speaking to the majority, and this is not to intentionally exclude transgendered, non-binary folks. This was very specific to talking to the majority of those in power and understanding them. And so how can we move forward in a way that it is productive and really equity for all? And so that was the inspiration. So in this men's series, there are 4 interviews, and each week is going to be a new drop. There are 2 episodes where I interviewed, there's a men's panel. So there's 2 episodes that are men's panel, and then 2 interviews with 2 individual men. And I I'm so grateful for the men that said yes. I reached out to actually 50-50. Some were able to do it, some weren't. And I'm just grateful for everybody who agreed and was willing to be vulnerable and, share with honesty, their perspective and, what it's like for them. So I hope you enjoy the series. Definitely a labor of love, and it took 6 months to create and to put together. And I really enjoy the conversations. And if you listen to this and you know of someone who can benefit, please invite them to listen as well. And please share this on the socials. Tag me, Instagram at michellewong.xo. I would love to get the series just spread out so that other people can tune in and just be a part of this. So another thing is, if you are in partnership with a man, or if you have good guy friends, I feel like this is a really great way to have conversations, and just to have deeper layers of understanding, or even talking to your girlfriends. So definitely an invitation to explore deeper with curiosity. And thank you so much. To help you feel more supported and nourished in your body and nervous system, you're invited to download the free I Am Supported meditation in the show notes. May you feel grounded in who you are as you become the fullest expression of yourself. Thank you for listening to the Sacred Emergence podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and thank you in advance for sharing with those who can benefit. Until next time.